Here we go.
Hello, Iowa Patriots. This is
Hi, hello. It's nice to be here. And so you just couldn't make a quieter fucking video. You just gotta make my fucking job harder. You just gotta do that. Is that that's the shit? All right, hold on. Which one would he be on? Yeah, I guess that's.
President Donald J. Trump. We are only weeks away from making history and winning Iowa's first in the nation caucus. This will be the most important election come November that our country has ever had.
For you, obviously, because prison.
Our country is going down the tubes, to put it.
I thought we were already down the tubes. I thought we were in hell. Is hell at the top of the tubes or the bottom of the tubes? I'm so confused. Sell it, dickhead.
Come November that our country has ever had. Our country is going down the tubes, to put it mildly.
Why put it mildly? Why would you bother? Or has he just realized that down the tubes sounds kind of like teen angsty and stupid?
And we're going to bring it back, and we're going to make it great.
We're going to make it out. We're going to get it out of the tubes. We're going to root it. We're going to get a roto-rooter, one of those people that come out after I've had too many fish delights. The guy with the big snake, they call it. It's not a real snake. I'm scared of snakes. I'm like Indiana Jones in that way, and that I'm old, and they keep trying to replace me with a woman. But that's not here, neither here nor there. They come out, they snake it, and out of the tubes comes meals that quite frankly, I miss. I'm nostalgic.
Again. We want to win big in Iowa so we can focus all of our energy and resources on beating crooked Joe Biden and taking our country back from the radical left.
Why would you have to try this hard if you're that far ahead, right?
To do that, I need my most dedicated supporters to fight alongside of.
Well, your most dedicated Iowan supporters. You can't just have carpetbaggers. I guess who gives a shit? Does anybody actually think that half the people who are going to show up for Trump at these fucking Iowa caucuses are actually from Iowa?
Me and serve as my Trump caucus captain. So important.
So important to be a captain of the caucus. It sounds dirty, but it's not.
On Monday, January 15th at 7 p.m. Trump caucus captains are the most important volunteers for my campaign in Iowa, and you can actually say elsewhere because
if you don't show up, I'm quitting. Honest to God, this is all fucking bullshit. They were dumb enough to leave me my passport, so I'm fucking off. I'm out of here. Get used to the idea, eat shit, and talk about it later. I'm telling you.
As you know, by making it first in the nation, I've made Iowa very, very important.
All the new skyscrapers are going to be in Iowa. Everybody's like, Des Moines who? And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Trump Tower, Davenport, We were going to call it Davenport Tower, but everybody keeps showing up going, can I meet Hal Sparks? He was great as Davenport at the Lab Rats. They say this, they say that. Very respected people say this. Iowa, very important, as one of the few states with more vowels than consonants in its name. It's probably in the top. It's right up there with Ohio and Hawaii, I think, although it's got a beat. It's got Hawaii beat. It's tied with Ohio.
And that's the way we're going to keep it. They serve as my voice at the precinct caucuses and also get others.
And they'll all talk this way. They'll all say, line up. Get a snack. There's no snacks. Who brought snacks? You were supposed to get fish delights. Bring them to me. Oh, God. Bring them down here. We're all going to... Down the tubes. That's where I want them to go. I want the fish delights down the tubes. And out the tubes. And then have the guy with the snake come to Mar-a-Lago and get that out of there. And then maybe revisit it.
Supporters pledge to turn out to vote on caucus night on Monday, January 15th.
Sorry, 1 second. Say caucus again.
Caucus cap.
What'd I say? You're shitting me, right? You're just going to say caucus over and over again, and you think nobody's going to notice. You're going to fucking say caucus again.
Turn out to vote on caucus night.
God, see, just like saying caucus.
On Monday, January 15th. Caucus cap.
You're just saying it for you're just saying caucus for the fuck of saying caucus, aren't you? Shame on you.
Captains play a critical role in the America First movement.
In caucuses? Yeah, yes, caucus captains are important. Do you have is there a caucus lieutenant? How does this work? You have to pass the detectives test. Say caucus again.
Through their efforts on the ground in Iowa, we will take the first step toward defeating the radical left and evicting crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country.
Say caucus again.
And the most incompetent president in the history of our country.
All right, again. Let's just go with the idea that he's the most incompetent. Biden's the most incompetent president in the history of the country. It's just, that's it. Just count on it. Just know that. He's the most incompetent president we've ever had. Which means the most incompetent Democrat who's ever held office and who ultimately is the most incompetent president in American history. Still, as a Democrat, he can't help but keep unemployment down and raise manufacturing and build the middle class up and have a stock rally at the same fucking time.
From the White House. He's going to be out of the White House.
He is. Like, they made me leave. I wasn't going to leave. I was going to stay. I was going to squat everybody, all my biggest suck-ups, supporters in the White House were telling me he's never going to leave. They're going to have to drag him out of here. And I was like, I'm not being dragged out of somewhere. I already shit my pants 3 times today. I can't do a 4th one on camera. My belt is too loose. And they were like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in an empty room surrounded by boxes that should be in my shitter. And that's what I was thinking. So we left. I took all the classified documents I could find and that I thought they wouldn't miss and put them in a truck and sold half of them to the Saudis and buried some of the stuff that incriminated me with my dead ex-wife.
We have no choice.
In theory.
We won't have a country left. If you're willing to step up and serve as a volunteer caucus captain,
say caucus again.
For my campaign on January.
Or anybody's campaign. It doesn't have to be for my campaign. Show up for Nikki Haley and then vote for me. It's a bit. It's a bait and switch. Eat all their food, drink all their liquor, glad hand all you want, and then come over and vote for Trump. I don't care. Oh shit! Really did it reset
Hello,
that
Iowa
shit?
Patriots.
Shut up.
He's going to be out of the White House. Willing to step up and serve as a volunteer caucus captain for my campaign on January 15th. Visit ia.donaldjtrump.com to sign up as a...
Okay, why is that painful? Why is saying a website address so painful? It's Iowa, so IA, that's the ia.donaldjtrump.com, whatever the fuck. Just say it. You've been doing, this is the only one you give a shit about. He thinks that if he, wins the caucuses in Iowa, it won't matter that he gets dinged really hard in New Hampshire and then fucked in South Carolina. It won't matter because he'll go, I took it in the video. I got news for you, asshat. That was Bernie's strategy.
A Trump caucus captain. Very important indeed.
Oh, yes, they're very important. They're the most important. I wasn't going to say it. I was not going to say... caucus. I wasn't going to say that. You made me say it. I can't be the only one who's hungry.
I need you to lead the charge on the ground in Iowa as we fight to defeat the establishment politicians that are...
You mean the elected Republicans who still have their job?
Doing everything they can.
Oh, by the way, don't forget, not only does DeSantis still have his job as governor, which you apparently helped him get, and he's an asshole and completely weak and stupid and the worst guy ever and totally bad for America, and you saved him. He would have just been a non-entity, but thanks to you, he's got a real shot at the Republican nomination for president. He's not going to win, but that doesn't matter. And of taking your seat at the head of the maggot table. But also Nikki Haley, who you allegedly, according to you, helped her get reelected as governor, whatever the fuck, and then you gave her a job in the government. You appointed her, you know, to one of those deep state jobs. And now she's making the biggest dent. It's so fun to watch.
And to stop our movement, the greatest movement.
Oh, it's such a movement. I have had the movements I've had. You, tell you what, when there's a cool eastern breeze, you do not want to be Alita Haba on the west side of Trump Town. Because there's no escaping it. I bank shot it off of her and gave ass COVID to Rudy again, and Jenna Ellis got it, and she was on a cruise ship in the Bahamas. It just popped up. It's our movement. It's a powerful movement. It's moving. I am moving on up, Mary. I am moving on up to a deluxe apartment that's actually 10,000. All right, if I don't count the elevators, it's 8,000 square feet. Son of a bitch. Oh, fish delights. Why must you treat me so harshly? But I love you.
In the history of politics in our nation.
Yeah, no. Dude, we have the civil rights movement and suffrage and fucking, like, the Civil War. Fuck out of here.
Remember, in the end, they're not coming after me. They're coming after you. And
Wait a minute. Who's coming in your end? What happened with that? I was not aware. Does anybody know?
Moon River.
In the end, they're coming, you say?
Drop your shorts and bend over, Mr. Babar.
I see. That worries me. Okay.
I just happen to be standing in their way.
Well, then, why don't you just move aside and let them fuck up who they're going to fuck up at a certain point? You never gave a shit before. Oh, I know why you won't move aside. Because you're afraid if you do, they'll still follow you. And you're like, oh, wait, why are you still... I'm not running for office anymore. Oh, these were real crimes. I see.
This is why we must win in Iowa, end the Republican primary quickly, and move on to beating...
The fact that this fucker has to have one. I mean, people can bitch about Biden and not fucking RFK and fucking Marianne and all their bullshit, but he's in office. Biden's actually in office doing the job. We don't need a primary. Like, it used to be that you would primary somebody if they were just fucking off kilter, fucking up and you know, like, he's nailing it. Infrastructure, the rescue package, student loan relief, all this shit, everything he can do, he's fucking doing. And these assholes still think they have to run against him. And meanwhile, this dickhead had 98% of the Republican Party behind him in 2020, and now he's down to 50 fucking percent everywhere. Half the party is like, anybody.
Joe Biden so we can make America great again. Thank you
again
very much, and God bless you all.
He's had some very, very religious moments lately. Help President Trump win Iowa, become a Trump caucus captain. Fucking had to write it down too, didn't you? Yeah, you had to fucking write it down. Couldn't just say it. Had to fucking write it down. You had to write caucus right there on the screen, and think I wouldn't notice. Sign up now at ia.donaldjtrump.com/Trump caucus captain /Trump caucus captain, or go to donaldtrump.com and where it says Iowa on the banner, click on that, and then it says caucus captain, click on that. You're not going to write this shit down. It's over and you dropped your pen. This is not happening. That's, yeah. Paid for by Donald J. Trump for President 2024 Incorporated. So let's be abundantly clear. This motherfucker is running his campaign as a business. It is a business.